Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to join you today as we commence reflections in the third edition of the Aswan Forum for Sustainable Peace and Development. It focuses on pathways for peaceful, resilient, and sustainable Africa in the era of cascading risks and climate vulnerability is timely, as it advances homegrown solutions to address the challenges currently facing our continent. Let me express my gratitude to the Arab Republic of Egypt for convening this important event. Climate change is a threat to our existence and civilization. It is a significant obstacle to the realization of the Africa we want and the 23 Sustainable Development Goals. In fact, climate change is reversing decades of developmental gains and is undermining our economies. Coupled with other environmental challenges such as pollution, deforestation, diversity loss, and degradation, pushing and shrinking of water bodies, climate change also creates food insecurity, accentuates poverty, and created a haven for conflicts and strife. And all this exacerbates the growth of terrorism and violent extremism in particular. The impact of these challenges on the different sectors of society are deeply interconnected, and in particular in our continent, where security, political, economic, and social challenges are heightened by the climate crisis. The vulnerability of Africa has also been deepened by the impacts of COVID-19 pandemic. To address the challenge of climate change and enhance resilience, the Commission has worked with member states and partners to put the following in place. One, the African Union Climate Change and Resilient Development Strategy and Action Plan adopted by the African Union Summit in 2022, which covers all sectors including energy, peace and security, and agriculture, and promotes both adaptation and low carbon development. Two, the Green Recovery Action Plan, also adopted in 2022, aims to ensure that our recovery from COVID-19 is sustainable and many more. In order to further strengthen the linkages between peace, security, and sustainable development, long-term innovative solutions and robust partnerships are required. As the main pathway for peaceful, resilient, and sustainable continent, I am appealing now for some concrete actions. One, let us continue to advance for developed countries to honor their pledge within the context of the climate change negotiations, and as such means of implementation should be central to COP27 agenda. Two, Africa should be clear and resolute on the question of just transition, as we also need development space, financial and technological support, as well capacity building to be able to switch to low carbon development pathways. Three, finance peace, not risk. Meet funding obligations, ensure funding reaches the most affected communities, and develop short, medium, and long-term context-specific action. Four, invest in preparedness and resilience. This calls for sustainable, the multi-othered early warning system and early action for disaster risk reduction. And five, fast-track implementation of the climate change and resilient development strategy and the Green Recovery Action Plan. In conclusion, I would like to commend the Arab Republic of Egypt for hosting COP27, scheduled for November this year. I wish to reaffirm the solid commitment of the African Union Commission to continue its support and engage with stakeholders for a successful COP27. I wish you fruitful deliberation and look forward to concrete outcomes. I thank you.